just so the richest Americans can get another tax cut. We should be strengthening those investments. We should be making college more affordable. We should be expanding our investment in clean energy. Now, here's the other thing that the Republicans will tell you. They'll say, well, we've got to make all these drastic cuts because our deficit is too high. Our deficit is too high. And their argument might actually have a shred of credibility to it if you didn't find out that they wanted to spend $4.6 trillion on lower tax rates. I don't know how many of you are math majors, business majors. You can't pay down a deficit by taking in $4.6 trillion of less money. Especially when you're denying that you're going to be making all these cuts. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And keep in mind, more than $1 trillion of the tax cuts they propose would be going to people who make more than $250,000 a year. That is an average of at least $150,000. Again, we're just taking the numbers with the details they've given us, and you spread it out. That averages to at least $150,000 for every millionaire, billionaire in the country. Each millionaire and billionaire, on average, would get $150,000. Some folks would get a lot more. So we did some math of our own. We added up all the investments $150,000 could pay for. All right? So this is, let's say, a tax break that I might get, that I really don't need. You know, I've got treated pretty well in this life. So right now, I'm going to be okay. Malia, Sasha, they're going to be able to go to college. Michelle's doing fine. So understand what this means. Here's what $150,000 means. $150,000, this is what each millionaire and billionaire would get, on average. This could pay for a tax credit that would make a year of college more affordable for students like you, plus a year's worth of financial aid for students like you, plus a year's worth of prescription drug savings for one of your grandparents, plus a new computer lab for this school, plus a year of medical care for a veteran in your family who went to war and risked their lives fighting for this country, plus a medical research grant for a chronic disease, plus a year's salary for a firefighter or police officer. $150,000 could pay for all of these things combined. Think about that. So let me ask you, what's the better way to make our economy stronger? Do we give another $50,000 in tax breaks to every millionaire and billionaire in the country? Or should we make investments in education and research and healthcare and our veterans? And I just want to emphasize again, look, I want folks to get rich in this country. I think it's wonderful when people are successful. That's part of the American dream. You know, it is great that you make a product, you create a service, you do it better than anybody else. That's what our system's all about. But understand, the share of our national income going to the top 1% has climbed to levels we haven't seen since the 1920s. The folks who are benefiting from this are paying taxes at one of the lowest rates in 50 years. You might have heard of this, but Warren Buffett is paying a lower tax rate than his secretary. Now that's wrong. That's not fair. And so we've got to choose which direction we want this country to go. Do we want to keep giving those tax breaks to folks like me who don't need them, or to give them to Warren Buffett? He definitely doesn't need them. Or Bill Gates, he's already said, I don't need them. Or do we want to keep investing in those things that keep our economy growing and keep us secure? That's the choice. And Florida, I've told you where I stand. So now it's time for members of Congress to tell you where they stand. In the next few weeks, we're going to vote on something we call the Buffett Rule. Very simple. If you make more than $1 million a year, now I'm not saying you have $1 million, right? I'm not saying you saved up, all your money and you made smart investments and now you got your nest egg and you're preparing for retirement. I'm saying you're bringing in $1 million or more a year. Then what the rule says is you should pay the same percentage of your income in taxes as middle-class families do. You shouldn't get special tax breaks. You shouldn't be able to get special loopholes. And if we do that, then it makes it affordable for us to be able to say, for those people who make under $250,000 a year, like 98% of American families do, then your taxes don't go up. And we can still make those investments in things like student loans and college, and science and all infrastructure and all the things that make this country great. And this is where you come in. This is why I came to see you. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see you. The weather's nice. You guys have been a wonderful audience. I learned about the burrowing owl. So there were all kinds of reasons for me to want to come down here, but one of the reasons I came was I want you to call your members of Congress. I want you to write them an email. I want you to tweet them. Tell them, don't give tax breaks to folks like me who don't need them. Tell them to start investing in the things that will help the economy grow. Tell them if we want to bring down our deficit sensibly, then we've got to do it in a balanced way that's fair for everybody. Remind them who they work for. Tell them to do the right thing. As I look out across this gymnasium, everybody here, from all different backgrounds, from all different parts of the country, each of us is here because somebody, somewhere, felt responsibility for other people. Our parents, obviously, our grandparents, great-grandparents, the sacrifices they made. Some of them took enormous risks coming to this country with nothing because they wanted to give a better life to their kids and their grandkids. A lot of them did without so that you could benefit. But they weren't just thinking about their families, they were thinking about their communities. They were thinking about their country. That's what responsibility means. It means that as you have greater and greater opportunity, then the scope of you being able to help more people and think about the future expands. And so you're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your kids, your spouse, your family, your grandkids, your neighborhood, your state, your nation. You're thinking about the future. And now it's our turn to be responsible. Now it's our turn to preserve the American dream for future generations. Now it's our turn to rebuild, to make the investments that will assure our future, to make sure that we've got the most competitive workforce on earth, to make sure that we've got clean energy that can help clean the planet and help fuel our economy. It's our turn. It's our turn to rebuild our roads and our bridges and our airports and our ports. It's our turn to make sure that everybody here, every child born in whatever neighborhood in this country it is, that if they're willing to dream big dreams and put some blood, sweat, and tears behind it, they can make it. I know we can do that. I know we can do it because of you. You're here because you believe in your future. You're working hard. Some of you are balancing a job or a family on the side. You have faith in America. You know it's not going to be easy, but you don't give up. That's the spirit we need right now, because here in America, we don't give up. Here in America, we look out for one another. Here in America, we help each other get ahead. Here in America, we have a sense of common purpose. Here in America, we can meet any challenge. Here in America, we can seize any moment. We can make this century another great American century. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
That was the president in climactic form, ending his speech in Boca in Florida, taking his fair share economic message to the battleground state. Part of that, the so-called Buffett Rule, the proposal that goes right at millionaires like his